Friends, if you're looking for real old-school laughs, you're in for a treat because we've got them right here. Flip City Magazine. Remember Mad Magazine? Then it went woke? Well, don't worry. Flip City has no chance of going woke. That's right. 4 times a year, you'll get an actual printed magazine full of jokes, stories, comics, and more, all about today's pop culture, entertainment, and woke politics. Flip City takes terrible entertainment trends we love to hate with hilarious parodies of Lord of the Rings, Stranger Things, The Walking Dead, Star Trek, Hunters, and more. Trust me when I say there is nothing else like Flip City on the market. So subscribe today. It will be delivered in print, or you can even get it digitally if you're one of those wacky Zoomers. Either way, follow our link and sign up today, and if you put in midnight, you get an extra 10% off. Check out Flip City Magazine today.
Fucking knows. All right, Tom, you got a song you want to play?
I do have a quick one here. Hopefully,
go for it.
It's kind of a work in progress, but
okay.
I wish it was about Barbie. It's not, so. But it kind of goes along with something you guys were just talking about. Well, I was feeling mighty randy. I just couldn't hide it. I had my cell phone handy, so I slipped to somewhere private. Well, my mouth started to water, and I couldn't believe the size of those cans now. There ain't no one hotter, yeah, I met your mom on OnlyFans. Oh yeah. Well, see, I'm her best customer. Oh yeah, she's so good to me, yeah. She loves the gifts I send her, 'cause she bakes me cookies. Oh, I'll make her mine, I don't care how. She's the best I ever had. Don't give me that look now, 'cause someday I might be your dad, yeah. I met your mom on OnlyFans. And I'm gonna make a man. Yeah. That's right.
You just said
Awesome,
enough
Tom.
money.
She makes really good cookies too.
When a humble bard graced the ride along with Geralt of Rivia, along came this song. From when the White Wolf fought a silver-tongued devil, his army of elves at his hooves they did revel. They came after me with masterful deceit. They broke down my loot and they kicked in my teeth, while the devil's horns minced our tender meat. And so cried the Witcher that he can't be bleed. Hey, toss a coin to your Witcher, oh belly of plenty, oh belly of plenty, oh. Toss a coin to your Witcher, oh belly of plenty. Toss a guy a coin. At the edge of the world, fight the mighty horde that bashes and breaks you and brings you the morn. He thrust every elf far back on the shelf, high up on the mountain from whence it came. He wiped out your pest, got kicked in his chest. He's a friend of humanity, so give him the rest. That's my epic tale, a champion prevailed, defeated the villain, now pour him some ale. Toss a coin to your Witcher, oh valley of plenty, oh valley of plenty, oh. Toss a coin to your Witcher, a friend of humanity. Toss a coin, he's a friend of humanity. Hey!
I'm friends with a manatee. What? Makes no sense.
Toss a coin to your Witcher, oh valley of plenty, oh valley
I'll wake up in the morning just like the rest. But today I wish I could grow some breasts. So I visit my doctor and they them told me, hey, no problem, I can give you a pussy. Oh yeah, won't you fuck my love pocket, baby? I wanna be a lesbian, can't you see? And I can shame and cancel you if you reject me, 'cause I'm totally brave and stunning. I traded in my truck for an electric car, oh yeah, 'cause otherwise the planet won't get far. I turned in my guns and I saved a seal, 'cause I tell you, brother, global warming is real, yeah. Oh, and my high pistol is just making it worse. Trust me when I say that the gun is a curse. It keeps killing people left and right. One day, maybe we'll stop it and we'll win. We'll win the fight. Oh yeah, oh, but that's okay if you wanna be gay or bi or queer and drink Bud Light beer. I see you, you matter, I hear you, yeah. Now will you please stop misgendering me? Thank you. Oh, oh yeah. Oh, well, won't you fuck my love pocket, baby? I wanna be a lesbian, can't you see? And I can shame and cancel you if you reject me, 'cause I'm totally brave and fucking stunning. I'm brave and brave, so brave and stunning. Brave and stunning. I'm brave and stunning. So brave, so brave, so brave, so brave, so brave, so brave, so brave. I love my body, it's so good to me. I'm pleasantly plump, fluffy, and totally neat. Can't fit on a plane or a seat on a bus. But if you won't date me, you hate all of us. That's right. Don't hold on to love, it's so fucking greedy. Your lack of love has given me diabetes. I can't see my knees, but I'm on them begging you, please. I gotta know, baby, are you gonna eat the rest of these? And can I get an order supersized with cheese? I would give you the last chip, yeah, anything you want. You can even have my veggies when we're out at a fancy restaurant. I need a body positive love, and isn't it romantic that if you don't love me, then bitch you're fat phobic. You're totally fat phobic unless you suck my Don't bug out your love, baby. It's so greedy. Your lack of love, well, it's giving me diabetes. I gotta know, 'cause I can't see my knees, but I'm on them begging you, please. Are you gonna eat the rest of these? And can I get a second order, supersized with bacon and cheese, please?
Excuse me, ma'am. No porn at the bar.
Oh, it's okay. I'm transgender.
Oh, I had no idea. Do whatever you want all the time.
I'm just trying to be president.
Television highlights of the news of yesteryear.
It's that time once again where we all make fools of ourselves for one night of the week, I guess. We just talk about weird stuff. We avoid the news. I'm Tom Connors. With me is Clobberin Times. How you doing, Clobberin
Hey,
Times?
bud. How's it going, man?
I'm doing okay. I picked up a Moss Man today. We might open
what?
here.
Oh,
Moss Man.
all right. Cool.
See.
It's always cool to open some stuff up there. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. There you
Walmart exclusive.
My
Moss
goodness.
Man. Yeah.
go. Wow. Very, very
Flocked.
cool.
Mm-hmm. Indeed. So how you doing, my friend? How you doing?
Oh, all right, buddy. Thanks. Yeah, just getting home, doing all kind of, family and parent stuff, that sort of thing. And so just saw you were you got some cool stuff going on. I was enjoying all the recordings and everything. You got a big show made up for, obviously, to go on the songs and stuff. I always enjoy that,
I appreciate it. Yeah, hopefully some more people will be joining us shortly, but let's say hello to all the folks out in the chat. We've got Mecha J here, Dearest is here, Orion Kayan, if I'm saying that right. Dr. Coffin Nails is in the house. Sonder Hammerslag's here, Lance Corporal Waffles, how you doing? We got Many Dragons here, Doug 1985, Shrap 3D, Hassan Chavez is here. Dawn of Mutilation is asking if I'm drunk again. I said, I don't know about again. Still maybe. I don't know. Yeah. We got Cyber Chud sending us some burgers. I could use a burger. R&B made off with... Wow, is R&B live? I didn't even know he was live. We got...
I don't think so.
Vidiot Savant. We've got Mecha J. We said that already. But hello again. Homeland Conspiracies here. Wedge Sarif is here. Humdinger is here. Let's see. We got Glinzer. Age Old Question is here. Coffee Lover. So many more. Hit that like button. I see Commandant VHS in the house. RJ Godzilla. Zontar's here. Nicholas Horton. Many of the regulars hopping in here. Miguel Farah. Welcome to the program. Unlimited Power. Josh Post. So many more. Marks 47. Forgotten Prime. Joe Cola. One Above All. And Marks 47. And I'm sure more of you will be joining us as we get rolling here. So yeah. Anyway, how was your week?
It was pretty damn good, man. It was I'm absolutely touched by the outpouring by all those wonderful friends and stuff and family and everything. So yeah, I had a great one.
Yeah, you had a birthday.
Yeah, it wasn't my fault, but I did have one. Tried not to.
Fault.
And just it didn't happen. It was Friday, but they were haranguing me about it Thursday. And thank you, by the way, for being there. Appreciate it. And got a few things, when you're my age, you don't get presents and that kind of crap that much. And yet, got a few,
What'd you get?
My buddy of mine gave me a couple of old Kirby Fantastic Fours that I didn't have. Issues are in pretty good shape. Some stuff. What else did I get? Oh, some very nice listener sent me a couple of Thing action figures. It was very nice of them. That came out a week. I got it about a week later. It came out a week early because they were the week before. They just happened to mention that I had a birthday coming up. That was nice. What else did I get? Oh, I don't know if you're familiar with the show called Blake 7.
I've heard of it.
Well, that's one of my all-time favorite shows. I'm an absolute freak for Blake 7. It's one of my greatest. To me, it's one of the great British science fiction shows. One of the great science fiction shows, period. And it's a British show, of course, so from the 70s and 80s. There is, when I tell you there's no merch on this show, I'm exaggerating only by a slight amount. When it was on in the early 70s and the 80s, there was a bit of merch here and there, right? But nope, not in the States, and nothing to speak of. And you can't get it. I've always wanted some merch. I've loved the show for over 35 years.
Right.
I mean, on any fanatical level. And a buddy of mine 3D printed me the teleport bracelet that they used on the TV show.
Oh, cool.
Painted it and everything, and he gave that to me for my birthday. And it means nothing unless you're like a Blake 7 freak.
Right.
But I loved it. I loved it. So
that's cool.
It was cool. That's a unique kind of a present,
Well, that's awesome. Yeah. This thing smells like pine. I don't remember it smelling like pine before.
Let's see. I vaguely remember him. I didn't watch a lot of
Mossman.
age-old question. Yes, Blake Seven, Red Dwarf, great show also. See, I only vaguely remember him.
I can get the damn auto
When
thing to work.
when those He-Man toys were coming out, I was buying them for my nephews.
It ain't gonna work for me. Anyway, yeah, I picked that up tonight.
Nice.
Moss Man. He feels weird. I don't remember him smelling like pine though when I was a kid. I remember with the patchouli,
That's
but
a strange smell.
that was Stinkor. But I thought this one smelled like patchouli too. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I can't get his hands out. Well, I guess he's just gonna have to hold his weapon with this hand. We're gonna have to deal with it. It ain't gonna stay in
There's
that
somebody
hand.
in it. Hey, Serverland was an evil woman. There you go, Sander. Well, a few people in there know about Blake Seven. There you go. Makes me feel a
There
little
you
bit better. Then again, it's not under serious threat of destructive remake, at least. But you can't get Blu-rays or DVDs either.
Oh yeah, it's not even out on
All
DVD.
52 episodes. I bought them all on VHS in the 90s. Then there was a nice DVD set in the 2000s. But there's not Blu-ray yet. And I hope someday.
Yeah. So anything else you get cool for your birthday?
Oh, what did I think? My buddy
Please
J-Man
stop it.
I think one of my buddy J-Man got me a Legion superhero shirt from the place where we order all of our Legion stuff. So just geeky crap, nothing big.
Oh, what the hell
Nice.
that cat's getting into?
Uh-oh.
Sorry.
I didn't know you had a cat.
Oh yeah, asshole or Kunta Kitty,
That's a
depending
good
on
name
what.
for it.
Yeah, he's being an
Yes.
asshole right now. What are you doing?
He's doing his own unboxing, obviously.
I don't know if you can hear the noise, but he's playing with something in the kitchen.
Yes, I could hear it. I thought that was you doing that. It was him.
No, that was him on the
Oh,
last
shit.
part. Me was the first part. I'm like, now I'm wondering what the hell he got into. No, he went and knocked his garbage can over today.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, it pissed me off.
Oh,
Because he's got
my.
like a little garbage can where near where I feed him because he's spoiled and he gets canned food.
Oh yeah.
So I throw the cans in the little garbage can. I got a little R2D2 garbage can.
Cool.
And yeah, he knocked that whole fucking thing over today for some reason. He's just been a little asshole. That's usually
Cat.
what his name is. He's a black cat.
You
He's a
should
big
name him
ass-
Shithead.
Well, his name's asshole when he's being a jerk. And then any other time he's either good kitty or Kunta Kitty.
I was thinking of
king
that line
shit.
from the jerk. You should name him Shithead.
I
Well,
don't
let's
need
go,
my
Shithead.
dog.
Oh,
I don't need anything except for this and this. Maybe this.
You said you saw that toy? Did you buy that out somewhere? Did you say somebody said it to you?
No, this is one actually Walmart had as exclusive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
I'm
I
getting-
figured I'd grab one.
The Target and Walmart exclusives really get on my nerves, but I
Yeah,
think
they
the
get on my-
Walgreens exclusives are even worse
Oh yeah.
because those are tougher.
I suppose I haven't seen a lot of toys at Walgreens before.
That's what I'm saying. That was really when they were doing that on the Marvel Legends for a while. It was really annoying.
What's hilarious is this is just Beast Man painted green with flocking. That's all it really is. Of course, they give me a different head I can put on him if I wanted to. It's a little scarier looking, actually. It's weird. Oh, he's damn. He doesn't want to hold on to his weapon. That's the sad part of some of these. You'd think they'd remake these, they'd go a little harder to try and make sure the weapons fit and all that business. But yeah, of course you can't see him there, but whatever. Hi, Sadie. What you playing with? What you getting?
The puppy dog.
And we got some super chats here. We got Waltman who says, saw last Voyage of Demeter. They went with the Nosferatu look for Dracula, but otherwise, I've heard both positive and negative about it. ActionCom says, Tom, I recently babysat a cat. Is it normal for cats to look at you like they're always doing something wrong? Yes, they're constantly judging you. This is
They're
true.
aliens.
And they will let you know that they're ignoring you. I know that doesn't make sense, but if you have a cat, it makes complete sense.
They're better than you, and they want you to know it.
Yeah. Well, what they'll do is they'll sit in front of you, and then they'll face to their back or butt towards you. That's them letting you know that they're ignoring you.
Yep.
Because you pissed them off for some reason. But yeah.
If we didn't have dogs, the cats would have over pretty much enslaved us by now.
Pretty much. I mean, they do run the world.
Yeah. Yep. Them and dolphins.
Dolphins are rapey.
Oh dear.
Where in the hell is everybody?
Where y'all at, people?
Yeah.
I don't know. Where's the gang? I mean, are they just being lazy tonight or whatever? It's a Sunday. I get it. But it's not like they're on vacation or something. Where you at, Nicholas? Come on, man. Where you at? Who? Where are these guys? Let's find these guys. Everyone, I'm putting on an APB on Culture Casino and Script Doctor and Mikey. Where's Mikey? Man, come on.
Well, Mikey's actually hanging out with his kids, so I'll give him a pass.
We got to give him a pass.
Toxic should be here any minute. Paul said he'll try. So, yeah, I don't know where the hell everybody is. Yes, beware of Dolphin Lovin'. NVR is still going, of course, but he only has a couple people on with him, so that's no excuse.
No.
But I did want to get into this stuff before you have to leave, because I know you're not going to be here.
I'll hang. We got about half hour or so before we go on. I mean, I'd be here every year, but I could not let you be here just hanging out the drive when you're on there, brother. Not that you haven't done it before. We all have, haven't we?
Yeah. I'm not good on my own. I require adult supervision, and I'm of the strong belief that at least 2 of us kids makes an adult. So,
yeah, well, especially my age, which now we've established, I'm old enough to be your pappy.
I won't even care about that.
As
far as I'm concerned, you're perpetually 14, just like me.
Wow, man, I've always felt like 12. I actually have 3 ages. Mentally 12, chronologically, I'm not saying it because it's embarrassing, and physically about 97.
Yeah, I know how that feels.
Except no 97-year-olds are really this large. So,
Kitty, what are you playing with? You're gonna get your butt kicked. We got Zontar says G Kids 4K scan of Nadia Mystery of Blue Water, though on Blu-ray discs, probably the best scan of animation I've ever seen. You see every grain, dust, and hair. You know, the one I enjoyed was Heavy Metal. Oh my God, did that look amazing?
I need to get that. Well, I don't have a 4K player, but I need to.
Well, yeah. Sadly, the Blu-ray is the older scan, but you said you don't really notice anyways.
No, on my site, Blu-ray's good enough. DVD's really good enough, to be honest. Like crappy TV.
I don't know what you got into, but
kitty
crack.
And the dog doesn't mess with it. The dog like doesn't.
No, she's just laying right behind me here. She's just like, I don't know what's going on with him.
I think the dog knows. The dog's got your back. That's why the dog's there. So look,
she's protecting me. Yeah.
Yeah, no question about it.
We got June Wong here who says dolphins are grapey, deep cut. You want to explain the story about what that lady and the dolphin? I've heard quite a few. I don't know about a specific one, and I know there was that episode of King of the Hill where Hank got a little assaulted by one. But I've seen plenty of videos. You type it in YouTube, you see plenty of videos. Dolphins get very grapey indeed.
I personally think dolphins are behind Sharknado. I think they use sharks to frame sharks for everything. I think dolphins are like a sinister cabal where they frame. And we used to have this going on. I have a theory many years ago on my old show where, after Sharknado came out, there was significant evidence to say that, or to lead to us to believe that dolphins were behind the Sharknadoes, and they try to use sharks, blame everything on the sharks.
I can see that. They're shifty bastards.
Yep.
Unlimited Power wants to know what's the best pillow. I don't know. I have My Pillow.
Do you have that?
Yeah, I have one of those. I need a new one, but I thought they're all right. I don't know if they're really worth the kind of money they cost, but
oh yeah, I have a pillow from like 1945. I don't know. And it just
feather pillow.
Yeah, well, not even. I guess who knows what they used back then. I mean, it's an old pillow. I don't have any fancy one, but yes, it's true. Another thing about dolphins is they haven't even been to the Super Bowl since the '80s. So that's why they're pissed off.
JFJ says dolphins are evil, especially the ones in Miami, like you just said.
Dan Marino was the last great dolphin.
If I ever had a pet dolphin, I'd probably name him Dan Marino.
Yeah, that would be a good name for him, Dan.
ActionCom says, Nick, have you seen John Frankenheimer's The Challenge? Well, Nick's not here. I wish Nick Weiser was here.
Yeah, but he's.
Have you seen it?
I have not seen that. I have not seen that.
John Frankenheimer's The Challenge.
I
That
don't-
doesn't
is
even
that-
ring
is
a
that-
bell.
The Challenge, and I know John Frankenheimer is obviously.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But no, it must be. That's kind of. I'm not sure. And RJ Godzilla, that's the court. Was it said something about? Oh, so long the dolphins will thank us for all the fish. Yes.
So
long, and
long,
thanks
so
for all the
long, and
fish.
thanks for all the fish.
Yep.
That song was amazing in that movie.
I love. You know,
I
hate-
have seen this movie,
Which
Andre.
one?
The movie Dog with Channing Tatum.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
It's the kind of movie you watch with your mom. You know, it's about Channing Tatum. He plays a vet of can't remember if I think it's the Afghanistan War.
Oh,
And
so he doesn't play a dog then. I just wanna-
yeah, he's not the dog. The dog
not
is
the dog,
actually this female German Shepherd who was his friend's dog from his platoon. And I can't remember if the individual just passed away from cancer or if he killed himself. I can't remember what it was in the movie, but it's been a little while since I saw it. Sorry. But like, anyway, he's got to take this dog cross country to his friend's funeral.
Oh, okay.
So he's got a deadline to get this dog across country. And it's a dog that they used for sniffing out bombs and all that kind of shit when they were over in the war.
Sounds
So then it
interesting.
would have to be the Afghanistan war, I suppose. So the dog's got PTSD, and Channing Tatum's not real good with the dog. So it's like this bonding experience between him and the dog, and he learns about his friend through the dog's diary because the dog had a diary because the guy, kept a diary for the dog, and he even has like videos of the dog's greatest hits and all that kind of stuff, all the stuff they did overseas, and it's a really well done film. So it's kind of like a road trip movie between him and the dog, and then
Oh, okay.
just to
Nice.
kind of get to this funeral on time kind of thing.
You know,
It
that's
has
fun.
some funny moments. It has some dramedy moments. It has some
Oh, okay.
drama moments. It has some tear-jerking
heard of that.
moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. I think Dog is a great name for a dog, by the way, because one of my favorite movies, the dog's name is Dog. Big Jake with John Wayne. Just calls him Dog.
I never
Dog.
thought of that, but yeah. It's been a while since I've seen Big Jake.
When it just said, all he has to do is say Dog, and the dog will attack somebody.
God, have I seen Big
I
Jake?
love that
I had
movie.
to have.
One of my
My
favorite.
dad
John
used
Wayne movies.
any John Wayne movie that ever was on when I was a kid, my dad would be
Oh,
watching.
God.
So I'm sure
That's
I
one of
had
my
to have seen
favorite
it.
of his.
Yeah, here's the Channing Tatum movie here. Yeah.
There you go. I'm not
It's a
here
good
to
one. Yeah, came out last year. Oh, hey, we got Price of Reason in the house. Let me send you a link, buddy. See if you're
Here.
Because yeah, we're gonna go over this list here in a few minutes as soon as we get some people in here.
What kind of list do we got?
This week we're going to go through the 10 failed movie franchises that deserve a second chance.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So we'll see if you guys agree.
Here's
on that.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me see if I can find Price here, and then we'll get him in here.
Bop. Yeah, I can't. You know what, Price? I don't think I've seen a movie with that guy in it. I don't watch him. Tom is my ultimate go-to guy. He's watched. If it exists, he's watched it probably. I'm the other way around. I haven't. There's so much you'd be. If I told you I haven't watched it, you would go, really? Yeah, I'm that guy.
I've seen a lot of Channing Tatum movies.
I can't think I've seen anything with it for me. Maybe no, I don't think so.
He's in the 21 and 22 Jump Streets.
No.
He was in This Is the End. He did that movie not too long ago with Sandra Bullock.
Well, yeah,
It's funny
heard of them. Yeah. No, go ahead.
funny you mentioned that one, Andre. It might be on the list.
I love John Carter. Love that movie.
Yeah.
That would be my number.
Kind of
one
waiting for Toxie. If Toxie gets his butt here, because he's the guy who kind of started this, so I kind of feel like we can't start without him. He's supposed to be on his way. So
Yeah.
hopefully you guys will have fun with that. We've never done the superhero list. We could look at that real quick if you wanted to.
What's that? Sure. I mean, I got a few minutes.
This is that one that it's somebody. I don't know if somebody actually did it on purpose and trolled a bunch of people, or if Rolling Stone changed it because it went around for a while. Does Rolling Stone? Let me see if I can find the link here now.
By the way, to answer Ray, if I've seen the early superhero serials, oh yeah, I love. Well, of course, the Adventures of Captain Marvel, the two Superman serials, the two Batman serials, Black Hawk, There's a Phantom one, of course. There's even a Captain America one. I love the superhero serials and the other ones too, like Flash Gordon and such.
Yeah.
Love movie serials.
But this was going around when it came out. I don't know if it was real or not. Some people said it was real. Some people said it was fake. But they went from having Justice League at number 1 to number 50.
What was it? Just their top favorite or best
top
order?
50
Their best
in Rolling Stone.
Okay.
Yeah. But of course, it's Rolling Stone who suck ass.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, what do you expect from
So if
them?
we want to make fun of this, let's see how bad their list
Yeah,
is.
we can have some fun with that.
It's 50 movies, so we're gonna have to go through quick. Of course, Justice League is way at the bottom. Justice League is better. You and I think agree on that.
Yeah, it is. At least it's
It's the same movie, shorter with a real Superman in it.
and they actually act like heroes. It's dopey. It's not a very good movie, but they actually are in character in terms of being heroic and not a bunch of, downers. But yeah,
Yeah,
put it
I
mildly.
agree. June Wong was talking about Dolphin House. Google it. Uh-oh. I'll
it.
Google it after the show. I promise.
Google it. Google it.
And Mecha J says, have you heard about the upcoming South Park game? No. Do they have another one coming out? I did not hear about that.
Hey, Paulie, what's up, Paulie? He says,
What list is this, Tom? You can hop in if you want, Paulie. We're just going through the superhero list until Toxie gets here, and then we're going to talk about 10 franchises that deserve a second chance. And hey, Price, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Price.
Good. How's it
If you
going?
need it's doing well. If you need the link, let me know, Paulie. But I think you're still signed in. If not, but we're gonna rush through this list here, Price. If you want to make fun of Rolling Stone with us,
That'd be fun.
Okay, I'm in.
sounds good. So
Yeah,
50 was
this-
Justice League, and we were just laughing about that.
Well, this is a greatest list.
This is the greatest
Ghost
list.
Rider.
Yes.
Wow. I look great. Let's be fair to him a little bit, Tom. There aren't that many
Well,
great hero movies, but
I was gonna say, yeah.
yeah.
We got Megamind. Does that even count?
I guess I never watched it, to be honest with you.
Inframan. I don't know.
Inframan, yes.
You know
I
that
love
one?
Inframan. Saw it as a kid at the theater. It's
I don't
pretty much
remember that one.
Pretty much an Ultraman ripoff. There was only
That's
one.
what it says
film,
here. Inspired by Ultraman. Yeah.
But as a kid, I loved it. And,
All right, you getting some love in the chat, Price.
Yeah.
Glad to have you here. Got Scott Pilgrim versus
thanks.
the World. This one I'm not surprised with, even though I'd never watched it. I was never. a
I've
big
actually
fan of
seen
it.
it. It's okay one timer maybe, but yeah,
I've heard
Like-
fans of it liked it.
good.
Yeah.
Edgar Wright's great. Oh, yeah.
I feel like people are always like it's a thing. It seems cool to say that you like that movie, but I've
Yeah.
actually tried to watch it, and I was like, why does everybody think this is so good?
That's the same problem I had, Price. I couldn't
Problem
get
is-
like 5-10 minutes into it, man.
Yeah, I think it said the Edgar Wright thing. People want to just like it because he's it was
Oh,
okay. I saw it one time.
ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, put your trays in the upright position. Here he is, Mr. 10K.
Oh,
Hey, congrats!
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I'm sorry I'm late. We ran over a little bit where I was, and now I'm here, and I came in at the right time. Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, we're just making fun of Rolling Stone till Toxie gets here. Then we're going to do the real list.
All right, so we got that one, Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, we
What
went
was
past that now. The Old Guard? I've never heard of this one.
That's a superhero movie.
I guess.
Okay.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of that from
That's a cover.
2020.
Oh, that's a disgrace. That's way too low.
Yeah, that's way too
Batman
low.
66. How dare you?
Sometimes you just can't get rid of a
Get rid of a
bomb.
bomb. Oh no, man, that's too low, bro.
Shark repellent? I mean, come on. You've got all of the major
Shark
villains
repellent?
in one movie at once.
Butt spray.
You got the Joker, Catwoman, Riddler. Who else? Penguin.
It's just this top 10 right here, man. I
It's
love
a
it.
very ambitious movie, for its time.
Yes, sir. What else you got? What else you got?
Thor.
Um,
all right.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, depending on what, there's probably a lot worse ahead of it, but
As long
it
as
wasn't-
none of the
wasn't that
sequels
great.
other than Ragnarok are in front of it, I think.
No, they will be though. Well, Dark World can't be in front of that, can it?
No, I doubt it.
No. There you
Lego
go.
Batman movie. Does this even really fucking count?
No.
Like, seriously?
Not really.
It was all right, but it's not like, I wouldn't consider this a movie on a list. No.
Agreed.
Look, I mean, as entertainment value goes, I thought it was funny. Is it a Is it a superhero film? No.
No.
And,
Yeah,
technically, Batman's not a superhero, no matter what anybody says.
Actually,
and I love it.
we'll talk about that one night because I actually will make the case that he is, but beside the point. It
Really?
belongs, but I can see, even if you don't like to say he is one, it belongs in the genre, just not this one.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I mean, Detective Comics and the whole conversation there, and I guarantee you that probably will be one of the things we talk about.
Well, you know what? Wasn't that we should? Because I don't think superpowers are the only thing that makes someone a superhero. Some of the costume heroes without superpowers technically fall into the category. But
I'm not arguing the superhero point. I think it's more so more like a parody of a superhero.
We're talking about something different. We're talking about
I think it's a fun film, but like I said, I mean, he doesn't have superpowers. He's a street level detective crime fighter. I mean, you could say he's a vigilante if you wanted to, and that would fit. But he's Tony Stark. Tony Stark's not a superhero.
Actually, he is.
Oh God.
Hey, Paulie.
Hey, what's up?
We will talk about that. But you're not the only one I've had to go into that with before.
We're
so
just
anyway,
making fun of Rolling Stone and their weird list. They got Avengers way down on 41.
Way too low.
Damn. What is this again?
This is their top
Rolling
50
Stone.
superhero list from a while back here. We're
Rolling
just quickly
Stone.
going through it here because we're waiting for Toxic before we get into the main list. But
Avengers was good.
Oh my God, they got Dark Knight Rises above Avengers.
This movie
That
sucks.
tells me everything I need to know right now about this list.
The real title is Dark Knight Retires. This movie's garbaggio.
Well, what's so important back then.
What?
It's Rolling Stone,
I
so
thought
it's
it
like
was shit
it's
back then, too.
socially relevant.
Not only that, they have the 66 Batman movie underneath this. That's a fucking crime.
This movie sucks. I should know because my voice is all in it. Yeah, I took that shit to suck.
Yeah, what do people think of that Bane?
No, but I don't know too many people who like this movie.
No, they didn't. No.
I mean, I didn't love it, but I thought that it was still kind of well made. Like, I didn't think it was like an embarrassment, but it was just not as good as The Dark Knight or Batman's Begins for me.
It's one of those movies that, to me, Price didn't hold up on rewatch. Like, the first time I saw it, I felt like you just said. I'm like, it wasn't as good as the first two, but it was all right.
Yeah, especially if you watch all three, like back to back, which like I just recently have done.
Well, the time jump doesn't make no sense.
But I will say Anne Hathaway's booty is just
she's not even Catwoman. That's the other problem I have.
She wasn't the best casting. I thought they should have taken at the time like Angelina Jolie or something.
At the time,
Christina Ricci.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Can you imagine ScarJo?
Or ScarJo could have been a badass Catwoman, or
but you know
like
what?
Christina Ricci. Yeah.
This thing, all right. Biggest problem, it opens up, and if you tally up his Batman time between the first two films, this movie's 8 years later, and in the first two films, maybe he'd been Batman like what, 2 or 3 years max. So there's no
not only
Batman
that,
career. So Batman career's fake.
Not only that, Clobby, we get the promise at the end of Dark Knight that never comes to fruition.
Right.
Yes.
Robin?
Like that huge ending of now Batman is, like that speech that Gordon has where he's like, no, he we have to chase him, and he knows it because
actually.
Like,
the hero we are, we need kind of thing.
Yeah.
You don't get to see any of that.
No, because it's like 10 years later. And he's like a mopey biatch.
Yeah, he's like, my knee hurts.
Oh wow! Wait a minute. This is better than the Avengers.
What the hell is Multiverse of Madness even doing on this list?
Holy shit!
That movie was awful.
Who put this list together?
Rolling
I was
Stone.
straight up mad when I walked out of that movie, dude.
I know, right?
That was like one
This
of my
belongs
first
on the worst list.
This year has been the year of mad watching for me.
Yes.
I swear to God.
Sorry, culture. I hit the wrong button there.
This is crapola. This list. Wow. Okay.
Accidentally yeeted culture there. I'm sorry about that.
Because remember, that was the same time that Everything Everywhere All at Once came out. That was a better multiverse movie.
How is this clear down here?
Way too low.
This should be top 20 easy.
Oh my
Right, this was a good movie.
If not top 10, because
This is
Captain
such
America First Avenger is one of the most overlooked early MCU films.
Such a beautiful telling of the origin. It ranks up there just in telling the origin with the best of superhero films that were origin related. I mean, it's just up the top. Just
I
telling.
agree.
Just in terms
I
of
don't know,
telling his origin.
man. This movie was fucking great.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Go watch
So
it
good.
tonight after this show, after Culture Show, and you will agree. Like, oh my God, how is this not up there in the top 10? Like,
I love it.
I love
Earlier-
Tommy Lee Jones in it too. You put that needle in his arm, it's gonna go straight through him.
Yeah. What
Oh my god, he's gonna make me cry.
It'll make me cry.
That's a good flick.
Yep.
That's a good
I hate
flick,
that.
bro.
And that speech with what's his face? Is it Stanley Tucci? Yeah,
Yes.
where he's like, you, we picked you not because you were the best, the strongest or the fastest or all that,
A
but
good
because you had
man.
because you're a good man. Yeah, like I love that speech. It's just
It's a beautiful movie.
it encapsulates everything that Captain America needs to be. Joe Johnston, an undersung director,
and Haley Atwell.
Haley, oh god, yeah,
Hubba hubba.
Haley Hotwell in that. I'll tell you what. Yeah.
Did you see her?
Oh my God.
dang.
Barf. Barf.
Oh Lord.
Oh, these idiots.
This is not a good movie at all.
No.
I couldn't make it through the whole movie.
I think about the first hour, which is like, it was kind of decent, but then I thought what an idiot detective he was.
Thank you, Paulie. He's like the world's worst detective in this movie.
He's the world's worst detective.
Yes, the world's worst.
He's sitting there. He's like, "Oh my god, I'm worried about my cover being blown." It's like, no, dumb shit. The Riddler thingy guy has a plan, and you're not even paying attention. You should know this. It's like he's gonna blow something up. He's gonna blow something up. I kept saying that, and then finally they catch the Riddler, and I'm like, it's a trap. And sure as shit, it's like, how am I a better fucking detective than Batman just because he's worried about his cover being blown? Batman wouldn't give a shit. He would have.
Then he's like. Then he has like a shirt off. He's like, let me look at these photos on the floor.
Lord,
Let me draw circles. And connect.
Don't even get me
so
started.
everyone can see that I'm thinking.
So we can see that I'm
How many
thinking.
times have we seen that, dude?
Sucks.
Right? Am I wrong?
No, you're right. Absolutely. Oh my god, I think I just saw what's next.
Tank Girl. All right. Yeah.
That's unsung right there.
Yeah, it's a little underappreciated one.
I mean,
if
I would
TMNT
pick
is
that
not
up.
on this list, I'm gonna freak the fuck out. Just so you
Get
guys
ready,
know.
man.
That movie,
I got it.
I picked this one over the last couple of films we were just talking about.
All right, first Ant-Man's
Ant-Man.
probably about where it
It's an
belongs.
That's an okay movie, but it's not better than some of the ones we've seen before.
No, but on
Right.
the list of like where I would say it would land,
yeah,
probably.
Yeah.
It's all right.
It could make
So
the
high.
50, bro.
Yeah. I mean, it's all
It
right.
had a lot of character.
It's a cute movie. I like it. Yeah.
I do like the first one quite a bit, especially considering it's probably
do
one of the
too.
best 3D ones that they had.
Avengers, Captain America, First Avengers, things like that.
Oh
I
yeah,
like-
the Suicide
Oh
Squad.
Jesus.
See, that's what I'm talking
It's
about.
all right, but
Why?
is it really worth mentioning the Suicide Squad?
No.
I don't know if it's top 50. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't get to say congratulations to Culture, man. That's
Yeah,
beautiful.
Oh, thank you, Paul.
Congrats.
Blade 2. All right.
I know you work hard. Congrats, brother.
Okay, here's my question on Blade 2 though. Who thinks that Blade 1 is better than Blade 2?
Oh God,
I don't.
I really like both films. I mean,
This
You
is
got Del Toro
right?
exactly on the
I like
second
both,
one.
but I think two's better.
And I like the idea of him teaming up with those vampires in the second one.
Well, and they're great vampires too.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, man.
I don't know. I wonder if Blade 1's on here. Go ahead, Price.
You know, I got to see them again now.
I wanted to
Yeah,
say that I
rewatch.
needed to rewatch those. All I can remember is that the third one wasn't very good. Is the third one the one with like
That's with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds? That one already wasn't so good. I think the
Awful,
third one.
Yeah.
It's Ryan Reynolds not playing Deadpool in it.
And
But visually-
homegirl, what's her name?
Jessica Biel.
Jessica
Hell
Biel.
yeah. Ooh.
Jessica, yes, okay.
Visually, real quick, this was better than Blade 1 visually.
I'll say it's a better movie than Part 1.
No, it's a better movie.
So do
This one
I.
had Donnie Yen, right?
I may have to rewatch it again, but I in my opinion, from what I
Which one
remember at
had
the
Donnie
time,
Yen? Is it the third one?
I think it's this one.
I think it's this one.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
You
All right,
know,
let's
even
get
the
to the
third
movie.
one, I would take over the most of this garbage last 10
You're
years.
not wrong.
I love
Unbreakable.
this. I love this movie, but I guess it goes on there. Sort of a superhero.
It's
film.
one of the best like examples of a what's the word to put it? I
It's
wouldn't know if
not
I
based
could-
on the superhero property, but
It isn't, but it does the best job as far
Yeah,
as a
it's
movie
great.
breaking down what makes a superhero and a supervillain a supervillain.
yeah, very good stuff.
And a lot of comic book cliches.
He's a
Yes.
superhero.
He
He's a-
is.
He's totally superhero.
I call him Security Man. Just 'cause-
Security man.
and when I got the big DVD of that, they have an Alex Ross sketch of him in that outfit. I'm like, yeah, he's Security Man. Oh, man.
Oh my goodness, we got Paul Chato here. How you doing?
Hey,
There's someone left here.
You were supposed to come on with the slingshot on, man. Go change your shirt.
My singlet, my wife beater.
Your wife beater.
This is a fantastic film, and it's still good on rewatch.
Love it.
Again, way more original than a lot of this garbage.
Didn't go so well with the sequels, but we won't go into that.
Well, we're just rushing through this list, Paul, until
Yeah.
Toxic gets here. Then we're going to do the other list, and then we got Clobby leaving here shortly too.
This
We got
is-
Beef for Vendetta.
And what's
As a
this?
fan,
What's
Oh,
this
sorry,
list
go ahead.
about?
This is the Rolling Stone list of the top 50 movies. We've already been clowning.
Okay.
These superhero movies.
this
Yep.
is technically a comic movie, not really
Yeah,
a
not a
superhero
superhero movie.
Is some of the fidelity to Moore's comic is there in this movie that I like, and they changed a lot of stuff that aggravated me as someone who's a big Alan Moore fanatic. But it's a good movie though. It's just on this list it's kind of weird, and it's just it's fine.
Yeah.
I have a lot of problems with the movie, but overall it's pretty good, I guess.
And welcome everybody from Valiant.
Hey, welcome.
I think the follow-up to the Matrix on proved that the Wachowskis are fake writers.
There were no ponies.
What in the holy
What is
hell?
this movie on, dude?
Where's Mikey so he can flip out about this?
Are you out of your ever loving? Okay, this is Rolling Stone.
This had the best, most exciting kung fu fight on a outside of a building featuring CGI ninjas I have ever seen in my
Thank
life.
God you hedged the hell out of that.
I will say this.
It made Jackie Chan's stuff look like garbage. That's all.
We enjoyed going to see this
The
because
check
we
cleared,
were
evidently.
in COVID for 2 freaking years, and then it was like the first time we were able to see.
You
a movie.
know, man,
but it
I
has not
remember you,
aged well.
Paulie. I remember, you didn't think it was so bad at first, but then I think you came around to like,
Yeah, this movie
you're
sucks.
kind of like, it's kind of dumb. And I'm like, yeah, I couldn't watch it after the first 5 minutes after the CGI fucking Kung Fu
right.
Fest.
I know why I stuck it out is because of the guy who played his dad, Culture.
Yeah.
the guy that played
Tony Leon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah,
he's
he was so
amazing.
good. He's always good. But look,
always good.
yeah,
And Michelle Yeoh was in it just like she was in everything else too.
But
Yeah.
Tony Leon is just like the man. I started rewatching Grandmaster. He's the lead in that one. Anyways.
Oh my God. How is this not at least top 10 or 15?
Yeah, good point.
Because it's the Rolling Stone.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Well,
there
this
you
is almost like that should be like the one that you give them because it's like
Because
emo.
Shang-Chi doesn't even belong on the list. So look at that where we
No,
are
that's
now.
From
true.
this to that to Shang-Chi.
You move and you're
True.
dead. I move and I'm
Fire
dead.
it up. Fire it up.
Oh my God.
I love seeing this
29.
movie
Oh man, this is a
in the movie
fucking
theater with that soundtrack.
perfect film, man.
Do you have the soundtrack?
Oh God, yes. Who doesn't?
That's what I'm trying to tell you. That was that soundtrack was like that Dark City and then the Matrix first one. They all had that same theme.
There is only one Matrix.
Right.
It's
right,
the
okay.
Matrix. That's it.
All right. Sorry.
You know what they call a group of crows?
A cry.
It's a murder.
God.
It's a murder of crows. Oh, Batman Begins. He began.
The Empire.
Wow.
I'm not a huge fan of this movie.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not what I do that defines me, but what I'm wearing.
And the giant pit that I got to get myself out of eventually.
Nah, I thought Batman Begins was okay,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it felt really pretentious at times. And,
I just rewatched it. I think it's incredible.
Oh,
If
okay.
it- if it
I'll
wasn't,
watch
it is a great film, but like to me, Dark Knight dwarfs it. That's the problem.
I mean, considering some other crap on this list, it's an okay movie.
It belongs on
God.
the list.
Yeah.
It might even belong higher than that. Okay, Hellboy. Ooh.
Hmm.
This is a toughie because
Yeah, it's
this
pretty
is
good.
one that fans are a little divided on.
I love this movie.
I mean, a lot of people
So
love
do
it,
I.
Uh-huh.
but hardcore fans of the comic don't like some of the changes from what I remember.
I think
Yes.
hardcore fans don't like most of the fucking film adaptations, bro.
That's very true. If anything,
That
because
may
as a
be
comic book
fair,
freak,
but
I was never big on. I was never big on Hellboy, Mike Mignola, anything like that. So I went in with no skin in the game, watched the movie, enjoyed it, And a lot of my friends, when I said that was pretty good, you never read the comic. I said, that's true. I didn't. Not much of it. Anyway.
Yeah. See, that's the
I
thing is
liked
every
it.
time I would say that, somebody who was a big fan of the comic would pipe
And
up.
But I feel them because like that happens every time I go into one that I love and they screw around with it. I don't like it either. So I get them.
But I'm always thinking there should be like a separate list where it's just like, the Unbreakables and the Hellboys. And
See, now here's something that Glinzer said: Hellboy 2 is a superior sequel. That's the thing I remember is a lot of the fans were bigger. A lot of the hardcore fans liked the sequel better. Well, he did the first one too. Right? Yeah, he did the first and the second one, didn't he?
I don't remember.
Guillermo del Toro.
Yes.
Yeah, both of them.
Yes.
We got Jacob joining us as well from Society Reviews. Now we got a full panel here. Holy crap!
What's up, Jacob?
What up?
We're going through Rolling Stone's shitty list here. We've got
you got to narrow it down more than that. I mean, they got a lot
the
of them.
best superhero movies. Darkman. All right,
that's an old one.
But wait a minute. Okay, so let's try this again. Think about all the films that are ahead of this that should be in the lower, like in the low numbers, like in like 10 or lower that they've gone through.
Wait, that we haven't gone over yet, or that we're gonna?
No, yeah. When you showed up, we'd already been through a bunch.
They're behind this, yeah.
Oh, we got a Rumble rant, guys. Doug 1985 sent us a buck and sent us some musical notes. Thank you for that, Doug. Over there on the Rumble side of things. Yeah, we're live on Rumble tonight, guys. For those who don't know as well. So we've got 600 watching here, and we've got 17 watching over on Rumble. Yes, hit that like button, and if you guys can get us up to over 500 likes tonight, Sadie will get a treat as always. Although that little asshole fucking cat last night dumped her fucking treats over before I realized that she had ate half of a fucking tin of Milk Bones.
Who?
Asshole knocked the tin over.
Asshole.
She got to eat it. That's how it usually works. But anyway, back to
they will eat each other's food in a fucking heartbeat.
Oh fuck yes, they do. They work together as a team. It's bullshit.
they know that shit.
By the way, I just passed 100 followers on Rumble. So
well, congratulations. And we
where
got
did you pass them going to?
Pass.
Store.
By the way, I just passed gas 100 times.
Sam Raimi, though, was the director of Darkman, so this is kind of his introduction into a comic book world of sorts. I guess
that's an okay movie.
Okay, but let me just say, his other movies on this list are fucking Doctor Strange.
Oh, you went through this shit? Yeah.
Oh, I love this one. So
we got the Rocketeer. Speaking of Joe Johnson,
I'd have it higher, but I love it. So
that, or to me, 25 is probably a good spot for it. Otherwise,
yeah. Fair enough.
Because there's a lot of movies like this should be fucking higher. This is one of the best Batman movies. I'm sorry,
you like it? No, that's good.
I love this fucking movie.
Paul Rubens.
I know it's not the Penguin that everybody loves or everybody grew up with.
I don't like Burton's take that much. I mean, I like the movie's okay. It's just not really big into them. They're all right. I mean, it was good enough, especially back then in '92. We were pretty excited about it. So.
I would love to see an episode of Always Sunny where Frank tries to play the Penguin again. That would be hilarious.
I like
when it came out.
I like the Burton Batmans. The only thing I didn't like about them is that they all felt like they were shot inside a basketball court.
Oh, a basketball court.
Like, wow, this is really tiny. Oh, the car is moving 3 inches. Oh, it's not. Yeah.
Which is funny because they were all shot on, what was it, Pinewood in the first.
But it just felt movies. They just all felt tiny. But that's not a criticism. I mean, there's just so much observation about it. It's just an observation. I mean, wow, this is. Right. I think the Batmobile is like charging up. Oh, the boosters are going. Done.
You don't have that. You know, half of the problem was, Paul, is they could only get the car to work for about 10 minutes.
Right. But I was going to say, those first 2 movies were pretty pioneering, and there hasn't been really anything as far as that.
And Michelle Pfeiffer was great as Catwoman.
Oh, yeah.
Lovely.
That's like the best Catwoman.
Really, my only complaint is that he borrowed a lot from Frank Miller's Dark Knight, and we still have not seen The Dark Knight.
Gotcha.
Well, not to interrupt here. I think, Klobby, you're running out of time here, aren't you?
No, he's got a while to go. So.
Oh, you got a little bit? Okay. But we do have Toxie joining us finally. How you doing, Toxie?
Finally.
Hey. Yeah,
We've been waiting for you to do the other list.
Hello, Toxie.
No. I just wanted to give you your out if you had to go. I thought your show started here in about a minute.
He's pushed it back a little bit, but I got to run in a minute.
You're fine.
So I'd stick here. And this one,
Happy
oh,
birthday,
come on.
Flobby.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you missed your birthday. Deadpool.
I wish I had.
That belongs here.
Deadpool a little
first
high.
one. You think it's high, Clobby?
It's a little high. It's
high.
good, but
It's too high for me.
It's all right, but you know.
I don't know. I like the first one. Now, if this was the second one, I'd be arguing with you.
I hear you. It's good now.
It's kind of
This,
second
of course,
one's
this is too freaking low. If you're going to call it a superhero movie, that is.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah, it's one of the greatest. But
But
if
is
you're
this a
calling it a
superhero
superhero,
movie?
no, not
It's
really.
not a superhero movie though.
It has a lot. Well, here's the thing. It works like a comic book because the guys who wrote it were reading a bunch of comic books at the
they
time.
Stole from Judge Dredd a lot.
Yeah, well, that was what it started off, was a Judge Dredd project, and I don't know if they
Yes,
just
it
couldn't get the
was.
rights or what.
I was about to
happened,
say,
but,
if this movie's on the list, then Dread better be on this list.
Right.
I
Or
would
Dread or The
Got it.
Matrix.
let's keep moving here. We've got the original Doctor Strange.
Good
Yeah,
movie.
alright.
But wow, that's way up there compared to some
That's
of the
way
other
too
stuff.
high. Yeah,
Yeah,
It's
it's
decent.
not that good.
He's good.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
He's
yeah.
good.
RoboCop is a perfect movie, like they're saying in the chat. I agree.
Yeah.
And then we got Superman 2.
Oh,
Well,
I
are we
will
talking
not
about
say
the
a thing.
Lester or the Donner version?
No, they're talking Lester. Everyone talks Lester.
What else is before it now? I mean, 19 other films before it? That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Well, Superman 1 is going to be high.
It better be.
I
Has to be.
anticipate.
Okay. You got 18 more, Chato.
Yep. I bet you Superman 1's going to be up there.
Oh yeah.
It better be
It's a
number
risk.
fucking one.
I have a lot of actually got problems with Superman.
And Kidder was great, by the way.
Oh my god,
yes.
it's too low.
Mask of the Phantasm, because yeah, most will argue this is the best Batman movie.
You know what? I don't think cartoons should be included in movie lists.
I'll agree with that. But if it's going to be on the list,
Considering Lego Batman was on here, Paul, that's
Okay.
a problem.
yeah, it was.
No,
But I
it's
do
And I
not.
don't
agree.
think that should have been on here at all.
I do
Okay,
agree
here we
with
go.
that, though,
Winter
shouldn't be.
Soldier.
Too
Here's
damn
the
low.
thing. Yeah, because like the first
Great
Captain America and this one, I know a lot of people like this one better than the first one, but I like the first one better. But I think they're equally probably top.
I mean,
tier
this is like
MCU,
pretty much
right?
the best MCU film that they've ever done. So
Me personally, I like the
definitely-
Guardians films, but after that, it's
Pretty
definitely Captain
apex.
America 1 and 2.
Pretty
Yeah.
apex.
Yeah, I am
And
definitely a
it
contrarian.
did you know, have that kind of like kind of practical real time fight choreography that was badass.
For me, if it's MCU, it's this one's number 1, Iron Man 1 is number 2, and then the first Guardians is number 3.
The only reason I would rate this lower than Iron Man 1 is because they had the stupid, we got to remove this tube of something from a device and put it into something. There
Yeah.
was that.
You're talking about your Saturday night? What's going
Yeah,
on here?
that tube.
That's
The lube.
brutal.
No. My Saturday night is lube,
Hello.
not tube. There you go.
Uh,
No, they had that thing where there was a device and they had to remove something so it wouldn't explode or something.
yeah, that ultimate bomb device thing. or
Yeah, and I
whatever
went,
it
okay,
was.
that to me really took
MacGuffin.
it down,
That's
and,
kinda
and nothing beats Iron Man 1
Talking about Armageddon.
because it was
Tox,
filled
you were
with
to
tear
say-
porn.
You were gonna
Oh
say
yeah,
something,
I'm a
Tox?
contrarian. I could, and still to this day, cannot stand this film.
Really?
I think
Okay.
Yeah.
it's the best MCU by far.
Okay, I had to
But
get
I'm
rid of him. I had to get rid
Oh,
of him.
come on.
And your reasons are?
But
Let him back
Um,
in.
I did.
yeah, I just couldn't stand the film. I was sitting there and I couldn't wait to get up and get out of the theater.
Really?
Hmm.
And
When
you
this
only
happened.
saw that one time?
The story was dumb. The choreography was great. The special effects were great, but it was just dumb.
The story was
And
great,
I couldn't
dude.
stand it. So I
Brilliant
walked out.
story.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Story was great.
the first Captain America was great, but the original Iron Man, out of all the MCU films, probably good. But Guardians of the Galaxy is by far
That's my favorite one.
the best film they've ever put out, and it's not even close.
Wow.
Like Guardians of the Galaxy to me
Wowzer.
is like a 9.9 out of 10, and none of the other MCU films climb above a 7.
Okay, now you can't say clearly toxic. Your tastes are just different. You can't.
just
you know,
Oh,
different.
that's fair though.
And
know?
I'm not
Oh, yeah.
I'm not putting down anyone who likes that film at all
Yeah.
in any way, shape, or form. My tastes are just different for that.
All right, well, let's
like I
rush through
said,
this.
dude.
It's a fair
Let's
call.
rush through as fast as we can through this top 20 so we can get to the other list because that's what we're really here for anyway. X2 should be higher. 17. Yeah, I don't know about
You like
that.
X2?
I liked X2.
I'd say X2 is the
Good.
best of the X-Men
A
films.
little bit on the
probably.
overrated side. The man like
Is
any
it?
X-Men.
Class. First class.
Hmm.
Mm.
Infinity War. This should be probably
No.
higher.
Whoa.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, these people
Has
are
to be higher.
idiots.
And then we've
It's
got
Rolling Stone.
here's
That shot
finally
was never
Guardians
in
of
there,
the
by the
Galaxy.
way.
Okay,
Yeah,
that, that one's in the top 10.
That shot is
Yeah.
never. The Hulk was not in there.
Yeah, that was done to sort of
For
to
the
keep the
posters.
secret that he was going to be. Yeah, that he was going to be in the
Oh,
Hulk
that's
Buster
right.
Iron Man armor.
Mm.
Yeah. So
It's a badass movie. It's
Sorry,
very.
I just-
I remember
Love
it
it.
being very big emotional payoff.
The Guardians. Well, we've already said our piece on
Yeah,
I
that.
that
had.
first
I
one
would have
was
had
great.
that. That's about right. 15, so maybe even the 20.
I'd have probably put it in the top 10 for my personal list,
I
but
I got you.
Spider-Man 1,
Yeah, pretty
Too
good.
low.
Good movie.
Little
Yep.
low, maybe.
little
Low
low
for me.
maybe.
Little low for me.
X-Men
Oh
Days
my
of Future
God, that's so
Past.
high. That's not even in the top 50. Good lord.
No,
Really, you guys didn't like the road cut of Days of
Uh-uh.
Future Past? 'Cause actually
I
did
don't
like
think
it.
I don't think it's aged as well.
I don't like the.
And he might be
many of the
right. He might be right.
similar
I-
X-Men movies.
I like the first
I
class.
don't think she's aged as well, but I don't see the
Hi-yo.
movie. I don't.
Who is
Rebecca
that?
Remain Stamos. Hands
That's
down.
not
No,
Rebecca.
No, that's not her. That's
I,
Jennifer
I know,
Lawrence.
I know. That's why I didn't like these films.
Oh,
I-
God.
She would Jennifer Lawrence can't hold a candle to Rebecca Remain
Oh
Stamos.
fuck no.
I agree.
I
Then
disagree.
we got Homecoming.
Yeah.
What?
Eh,
That
Oh,
thing
wait a
belong in the
minute.
top 50.
What's the last one?
above Raimi's Spider-Man though?
That's not
What's the last
Spider-Man
one?
anyway.
No,
You like those movies,
no.
Spider
Is
Boy,
it-
Iron Spider Boy. Come on.
Is this the first one with Tom?
This is the
Holland?
Spurs
Yes,
Tom Holland.
after,
Yeah,
Civil,
this was
after the
a-
Civil War appearance.
This
yeah.
was an
And I'll push
absolute
back
piece
on
of
the
shit.
Iron Spider because like
Agreed.
this movie was all about him having to deal without having that suit. So
Do
I'll,
you
I'll
guys
give
like
that.
Tom Holland? Is he like
No.
you guys?
No,
I
Not
like
really,
him. I
not
like
really.
this one. I didn't like the second one.
I'm
No,
gonna
but
be honest
him.
with you. The
Him
last
as,
one,
him as Peter Parker.
Yeah, I
no,
like
no. The last movie was in No Way Home, the one with Doctor Strange. That was the first time in like the 8 appearances he's made as Spider-Man that I actually believed him as the character of Spider-Man. It took him all 8 movies for me to actually believe Tom
I totally
Holland
agree
as the
with.
character.
I
I
agree.
totally agree.
I don't know. I liked him the whole time. I, just
hated-
didn't like the second
this
film.
movie shouldn't even be on the list.
No, agreed. 100%.
Agreed,
Holy
Chato.
crap. How is this not in the top 10?
That,
Yeah, I
that
don't know.
this should be near number one.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Should
I
be
don't know how
top
that's so
three.
low.
Top three,
Perfect
probably.
Oh,
This
Because
shouldn't
they
even
had
be on the
like
list.
Incredibles in here, I guess.
It's a cartoon, shouldn't be here, but I love the movie.
I love the movie, but yeah, I'm with you.
How is this
Oh my
better?
God. Wonder
Yeah,
Woman.
absolutely
No,
not.
man.
Wonder Woman is
Hey,
oh my god, one of the
I'm
most
telling you, Tom.
overrated fucking movies.
I'm telling you, Tom Snyderbots made this list. And you know it.
Dude, this reminds me of that martial arts list that we did, that countdown, and it had all these fucking bozos on there, remember?
Yeah, oh yeah.
God.
That was fun.
Thor Ragnarok this
Oh,
fucking high.
Oh,
I
It's too
love this
high.
movie, but it does not deserve to be this goddamn.
Oh, no.
high.
Let's be
Yeah.
very clear. Thor Ragnarok is the best Thor movie by default. It's not because it's a good film.
It's also the movie that ridiculed him and turned him into a clown that led to more
In a
clown.
way.
Yeah, and it's still the best movie by
How
default.
the
yeah, I
fuck
mean-
is this number
I don't know.
7?
Wow.
How
Wow.
is this not number 5? Or at least
Snyderbots
top-
made this movie. I'm
Top
telling
top
you.
three.
five for sure.
Top this
Three.
Oh
list.
my god, he won
Top
the
three.
fucking Oscar for this
was
role.
One of the most creepy, unbelievable movies. Really,
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I,
thought you were going to talk about your Midnight Edge appearance. The other
I,
night.
those are there.
Oh fuck!
Oh,
no.
yes,
Fuck this list.
Oh,
Fuck
Yeah,
this list
motherfucker.
with a hot poker.
Yes,
that crap.
motherfucker.
Half $400
Oh,
million.
fuck! Way down here. What the fuck?
Number 5.
Well, there goes any chance of TMNT being on here. First of
Snyder
all,
buddies. Man.
how the fuck is this number 5? This is the gold
This list is-
standard.
This list is hilarious.
Every movie that has come out that is a superhero movie is held up against this. How is this not number? This is
No,
the Godfather of fucking superhero movies.
Yes, sir.
Now it's the Godfather 3 of superhero movies.
Oh my! Shut
Damn,
the
Bully.
fuck up, Paul.
Okay, we need to keep going.
I'm in
dying.
agreement with you, Tom.
I know. I'm just telling you. Don't.
Oh
start.
my
Endgame
God.
at number
How is
4.
Endgame
Endgame.
above Infinity War?
Endgame should be like,
There's a lot of great stuff in it, but a lot of
Endgame
terrible stuff in
is
it, too.
Endgame is literally a movie from Marvel Marks. Like for everyone's like,
This
oh,
is-
he grabbed the hammer. Isn't that amazing?
It's
No.
top 30 at best.
That was
None
cool
of
though.
this is good.
All the time, all the-
Logan.
hold on. All
The
the
top
Captain
three?
America stuff was cool, but the female empowerment.
Yeah, a lot of really bad shit in it.
That was the beginning of
the
the
time
end.
travel, everything
Agreed.
after that. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like
Logan-
Logan, but I wouldn't put it that high.
I hate Logan.
And
I think it belongs in the top 10, but not above fucking Superman.
Not
That's
in
the
the
problem
top
now.
50.
Everything above here is going to be like, eh.
That movie sucks. Logan's overrated drivel.
Okay, Spider-Man 2 is about where it
Yes.
belongs, but why the fuck is it above Superman?
Two?
Yeah,
Yeah.
more people like 2.
It's
Yeah,
good.
Spider-Man
Oh,
2
yeah.
is arguably the best
I like it.
Spider-Man movie they've ever done. So yeah.
I have to. I mean,
I agree. It's great, but
one of the greatest villain performances, relationships.
Ock.
Oh yeah.
The only problem I
Ah.
have with Spider-Man 2 is when he gets performance issues.
oh
oh
my god!
All right, fuck this list. Rolling Stone,
Now,
you are
Where's
truly fucked.
McGregor? We need
Was
to pull
that the
him
most
out and pull out
stunning
his-
and bravest list we've ever seen?
You know what? At least Tox, I'll give him this. They didn't put Captain Marvel on it.
Oh,
For the record, for the record here, they did Black Panther better in Civil War than they did him in his own.
Yes.
movie. Like,
Yeah.
Everybody
Very true.
agrees with that.
This movie abused the character of Black Panther to me, and
Oh
I'm a
my
big fan of the character.
God.
The greatest
Ah.
CGI
I have a
fight
set
on
of
the
Black
railway in the dark
Yeah.
ever.
He's hedging it again. Waltman says, so Chato, did you find that aftershave I mentioned on Friday? If not, I'll send the link of the product over to Tom.
I have not. I mean, I do prefer aftershave. When I feel I need an aperitif.
Does anybody remember Stetson aftershave?
Oh yeah, nothing like going into an alley in Toronto and smelling Aqua Velvet.
Oh,
That's always a telltale sign of some.
that stuff was almost worse than Old Spice.
Hey, no. The high end stuff you guys are forgetting about. Brute by Fabergé.
What about
No,
High
we're talking
Karate?
about going into an alley, dog.
Eddie,
So like
Eddie
you know,
Murphy.
Aquanet too, because then there's those.
I
Canadian
think you're coming
sodas are
through the
gonna
wrong mic.
Your mic has gone screwy there.
Yeah,
Paulie.
so you
Something
sound like
fucked up there, dude.
you sound like you're talking to your feet, bro.
Fix your
Oh,
mic.
we just lost Price of Reason as well.
The highest quality
butt.
stuff
Fix
was
your butt. How about that?
was Lysol.
Fix your butt.
Yeah, well, that's what basically that aqua crap spelled like. Is that
Aqua Velva.
Aqua Velva? Yeah, I was gonna say Aquafina. I'm like that. Ain't right.
I don't know how
Yeah,
she
it's really
smells.
easy to say that.
And then we got Dave Van Horn who says the MCU ended with Endgame. I've never seen any of the MCU movies. Well, a few of the movies since then have been all right. But
No, they
the
haven't.
MCU ended with
No, they haven't.
Infinity War.
yeah,
If you've
as
seen
long as they
Endgame,
have
you have
Guardians of the
seen
Galaxy
MCU.
in the title and Spider-Man, they were okay.
No.
I think that list was produced by someone who was confused between what a comic book is and how movies interpret comic books and some interpretation that they have of a cinematic experience. There are movies like the first two Spider-Man really feel like you are living the comic books. The first two Superman, you feel like you are living the comic books.
Oh yeah,
And there's a whole bunch of other movies that they listed high up, like the End Game and all that. Those don't feel like comic books.
That list sucked. Fuck
Yeah,
that
it
list.
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
think the
they-
person who wrote that was a jabroni.
You're-
Now, was
we'll
it,
have to make our own. That was
Yeah.
was it comic book movies or superhero movies? How did they? What did they?
it was superhero movies
call
was the
superhero
title.
movies. Because some
Which
of
is
them
why we called them out on their
weren't even
bullshit. on some
comics.
of it.
Yeah, yeah.
But they're
I mean, we should go around this panel right now. It's like, okay, what's your top three?
Well, just a second, because Glinzer has a super chat here.
Oh,
It
yeah,
says,
no, I'm just
Catwoman,
saying.
Elektra, The Spirits, Jonah Hex, Eternals opinion on the worst comic book movie. I vote for Man Thing. So he wants to know our worst
Man
comic book movie. Let's start with Price of Reason. What do you think is the worst comic book movie of all time?
The worst one? The Eternals was pretty bad, but I don't know. I'm trying to think if that's the worst. Eternals was very bad. I mean, I could barely make it through it. I'm trying to think of one that I disliked more.
Yeah, I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, I mean, Eternals is like bottom of the barrel. I have to like really think what was worse than that.
Well, is it
let-
movies that we've
Mutant
seen?
Mayhem.
Let him answer.
Yeah.
Stop jumping. Let homeboy answer. Y'all jumping on his shit.
Mutant Mayhem is like is probably also bottom of the barrel, but
Yep.
Eternals was like boring. That's like the worst sin it could commit. That like I couldn't even make it through. I made it through it, but I just wanted the thing to end because it was so boring. That's my take.
Okay,
Are you
Nick,
okay to speak now?
No.
your turn.
Who's next?
Go ahead, Tox.
Oh, well, if it's movies that I've seen, it's Elektra.
Yes,
Movies, yeah,
that's yes.
that was
That's
just
the
awful.
one. Oh, what a piece
Was
of shit!
awful.
Woo!
And I just Jennifer Garner
How was
just
Elektra?
didn't look like she wanted to be there.
Mm.
Right? I think it was a contractual obligation on her part to do that after doing the Daredevil film, or she got this movie because she was in the Daredevil. I don't know. Weren't they supposed to spin off some kind of show based on Elektra? Or were they doing another movie, or were they going to do another like streaming series or something?
Well, way back then, no, but they were supposed to. Okay.
Here recently.
Oh, I have no idea. All
I
I
don't
know
know.
is all I know is that you can say it's Elektra. I say it's Fan Four Stick.
Okay,
The-
I can
the-
agree with that. But Elektra, it's
Tough to argue with that.
The only two movies I can think of that are worse than Internals would be Catwoman and Steel. Those are the only two that come to mind.
I mean,
Mm.
those are pretty bad. I mean, obviously those are terrible.
It had
Bobby?
Shaq in it. I mean, come on.
I'm gonna go
Shaq
like
just makes me laugh.
of the modern era.
Bobby.
It's so tough, man. I'm glad you mentioned Fan Four Stick because I'm just gonna go probably with that. It's just so many horrible things connected to it. It was just made so they could retain the copyright anyway. Much like the Roger Corman version.
Yeah.
And if you can make something worse than that, and they did manage it, that might be the most malignant piece of absolute filth ever made connected to a comic book property ever. And that is saying something because I got a big long list that would take too long to go here. So without picking 4 or 5, it will take forever. I'm going to go with Fan Four Stick as a lover of the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Culture.
No, I said I'm the one that brought up Fan Four Stick.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that was
Yeah.
yours. All right. Paul.
I hated the second Fantastic Four, mostly because the arc featuring Galactus and Silver Surfer. I have that entire set.
Oh, yeah. Classic.
And that is possibly one of my favorite storylines of any comic book that I've ever read. I mean, that to me, and what was funny too is Fantastic Four to me was always like a second or third tier Marvel anyway. And then this thing hit, and then you had Grimm losing his girlfriend, I can't remember her name, to the Silver Surfer. I mean, I was almost crying. And she's blind and she sees the kindness in the Silver Surfer. There's just so much Shakespearean stuff in there, and Mr. Fantastic, who's usually shitty in every comic book, was actually good in this series. I know to me they just took a little bit of that particular arc and did nothing with it and completely wasted it. So for me, that was a pretty dreadful adventure. But yeah, bad. Elektra was unwatchable. That was worse than the Internals for me. So,
Paulie.
I mean, there's so many bad ones the last couple of years. It's like the battle of the heap there, the bottom of the heap. Dark Phoenix was
Dark Phoenix bad.
I mean,
forgot about that one.
Sophie Turner. Is that her name?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Ant-Man Quantumania pissed me off. Really pissed me off. Eternals, just didn't care. I think I fell asleep. A lot of these I fell asleep. Yeah.
Well, I know Mikey would pick like Black Panther 2 probably.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's a good choice.
I was so scarred that you're right. Yeah.
I mean, I'd have to go personally with Mutant Mayhem, but if I had to pick one outside of that, because I'm sure some people would argue, oh, that's not as bad enough to really consider it bad. No, to me it was. The way it retroactively made the Michael Bay Turtle movies not so bad. because at least those still have some of the original background to the characters.
Right.
This to me was like the biggest insult I'd ever sat through. Like it was the most uncomfortable 99 minutes in the theater of my life. I mean, I was throwing shit at the screen during the shadows, but if I could have gotten away with throwing shit at the screen during this movie, I would have. Captain Marvel was so fucking bad though too. Like I
Interesting.
don't know.
We haven't mentioned any DC films.
Well, that's just it. Man of Steel would be another one because that's the problem. Like a lot of the ones that I would personally pick, like Man of Steel.
I mean, those are bad movies, but they're one we'll put like
Batman
the worst
v
of the
Superman.
worst.
I hate Man of Steel as much as I hate Fan Four Sticks. That was just very close to me mentioning that one.
And I know Klaba, you got to leave here, so
yeah. Well, all right, buddy. Well, thanks for having me.
Why don't you plug
man.
your stuff before you head out, though?
Oh, it's nothing. No, just I'm on tomorrow night. I'll be on it's Jack Kirby month, of course, on Clobbering Times. So all throughout the month we'll be covering Jack and stuff like that, including tomorrow night on Monday Night Mark C Comics Talk, 9 p.m. Central, and of course all throughout the week. Wednesday nights, Wildcard Wednesday nights, the Clubhouse on Thursday nights, and of course Saturday night Star Trek on Saturday nights.
And
Yes,
I think I mentioned this before, but don't forget to dig up, if you haven't already, his very last interview before he died. The Prisoners of Gravity.
Prisoners of Gravity, did you say?
Yes, Prisoners of
Thank you.
Gravity. Look that up. His very last interview.
man, thanks.
You'll almost cry. And I know
Kay
the backstory
Roberts
to it.
also reminded me of one of
Thank
the
you.
worst experience watching a comic book movie, Birds of Prey.
That was
Good night,
pretty
everybody.
bad.
Oh
Yes,
my
that was
God.
bad.
Take care, Klobby.
Bye, Klobby.
That one made me like literally feel sick to
I
my
didn't see
stomach
that
after watching it.
I didn't finish. It was like 5 minutes and I turned.
Because
it off.
that was so bad.
That film was so bad, my mind just blocked out ever watching it.
Well, and every guy in that movie is either a complete and utter asshole or inept as fuck, or she makes fun of them in some way, shape. It just got to the point where by
that's
the end of the
every
movie, you're
movie
just
today now.
no, I know, but it was like excessive in that movie to the point.
Yeah, that's
like,
every movie today
That's
now.
That's a lot of films nowadays.
Never mind.
Birds
I'm
of
just
Prey
saying.
feels like a CW show.
Exactly. Yes, it had just everything about it. And then We Are All Devo says, "Don't forget Doc Savage, Man of Bronze."
Oh,
Then-
that was the guy who played Tarzan, I
Yep.
believe.
Corporal Agent 73 says, "I always had a soft spot for the first X-Men movie because we got a rare opening night screening in Camp Bonsteel, Kosovo, when I was deployed there." You know what?
Cool.
I'm surprised that the first movie wasn't on that list. I thought the first movie was pretty good.
It's all right.
Especially for the time. Like that
For the
movie was really
99,
fresh at the time.
1999.
Yeah. 2000, I think it actually came out.
Was
But
it
Waltman,
2000?
yeah, I think so. Summer 2000. Waltman says, also Johnny Sins being Lex Luthor now. Oh, did somebody replace him on that Superman show? John Cryer, or what's this about? I don't know. I don't know who Johnny Sins is.
Johnny Sins. Be like, I don't know. Was that
Yeah, it
like
sounds
Johnny
cheap
Legs?
Johnny Legs. Yeah.
Well, speaking of Johnny Legs, someone said Spawn in the as one of the worst.
Oh God.
No,
I don't know about
wouldn't say-
worst.
No, it's serviceable.
There was something to like about that movie. I'll just put it that way.
Yeah.
How do you guys
And
feel
then-
about the Ghost Rider films? Because that one hasn't come up yet.
That one came up as number 50 or 49 on the list.
Really?
Yeah.
Really.
I actually thought the second one was probably better, but it was just Terminator 2 anyway. So,
Yeah.
Call sign
They're all
Alucard says worst Tank Girl, even though Tank Girl was on their list for best.
Oh.
Then we got Cryam here who says, one of these weekends you guys need to take your own list. I suggest Tier Maker or some model you need to focus on exact order, saves time. Yeah, it's funny you say that, Crime. Toxie and I have kind of talked about that, where we kind of have to kind of work a way of maybe
especially
once a
that
month
comedy
doing our
one.
own list. Yeah.
I am still pissed off about that
Yeah.
top comedy list.
I think we were thinking maybe once a month we should do our own list of
Yeah,
sorts or something.
be good.
And then we got Ash and Jackal who says, fortunately, I've never seen those movies but out of the ones that I've seen, The Spirit was unwatchable. Yeah, The Spirit was pretty bad. Complete
Now,
garbage.
see, I
in
like
every
that
regard.
film.
I like the aesthetic, but it was just a bad film, I thought.
Yeah, I know. It just, I mean, personal taste and stuff. I guess mine are way off. What about Sucker Punch? Is that?
I
is that
never
a
watched it.
cartoon?
I never
I don't
saw
think
that.
that was a
That was a Jack Snyder one, right?
that was a Zack Snyder movie, but I don't know if it was based on anything.
That was his cousin, Jack Snyder.
Zack Snyder.
Yeah,
sorry.
Jack Snyder.
I I love the style of it, and it kind of lost me. But I mean, I give him some credit. That was kind of a neat experience. But
Yeah, I just remember seeing the trailer. Just was like, even the trailer was too much for me, and it was like, wow, it looks really cool, but it's just
There was a lot of twists and turns. No.
I remember seeing it and thinking that it thinks it's more clever than it is. It
I
wasn't
think maybe
terrible.
you're right. Yeah, it wasn't terrible.
Bayou Nola says, being a 90s fan, X-Men Age of Apocalypse series, I hated that. Oh yeah, Age of Apocalypse was bad. But I think that the Phoenix one was even worse, to where most people forgot about how bad Apocalypse was.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. All right, let's get into our main list now that Klobby's or that Tox is here.
And before you do,
you're gonna leave me too. Go. Get the hell out of here.
The show starts in a half an hour.
Oh, blue,
Get out of
blah,
here.
blah,
Who
blue
needs you?
balls.
Beat it.
Tom
Get
and
out
I
of
will be here for an hour and a half after that. Talking
We
about
will.
this list, so.
Great.
We got a list.
Fine.
See ya. Congratulations, Culture.
Congratulations, buddy.
10K. He's got to be shirtless. Yes.
All right, let's go through this list. It's 10 failed movie franchises that deserve a second chance. Don't worry, this stream will send you over to Culture Stream afterwards. Number 1 here, we got John Carter.
I don't even remember ever watching John Carter, but I just remember everyone saying how big of a bomb it was.
It wasn't great.
It's a good movie, but it's not.
Okay. It's of another era. It didn't feel very modern to me. I mean, I was rooting for it, but it was dull.
It was Disney taking a film and messing it up.
Oh no, he's going to be in an arena. Oh no, he's going to fight a giant beast.
Well, this was their attempt to try and get that Pirates of the Caribbean audience again before they bought Star Wars.
But it was of another era. If this thing was like Flash Gordon. It just felt like a high budget version of it. I mean, it was a Burroughs movie, right?
Yes.
And they did a really good job of duplicating,
the story and all that stuff from there.
Yeah,
but you're right. It was out of time.
It was of its time. And we know too much about Mars. We know it doesn't have an atmosphere.
Right.
So there's just stuff in here that no longer works.
Well, it's like doing Jules Verne,
Yeah.
getting shot in a
Around
cannon
the
to
world.
moon. Yeah.
There's a book.
Around the world in 80 days.
Yes.
Though I did like some of the parts of the series that they did, the Around the World in 80 Days with David Tennant. But it's parts of it. But yeah, that's a period piece. You've got to put yourself in that period. This is a futuristic piece from the age of science fiction. And and you're not going to see Flash Gordon on the screen again unless you drastically change the story. You might be able to do Buck Rogers because that's still far enough in the future.
Little fantasy future.
Yeah. Yeah, that kind of stuff. But this one, you're right. There's where it's set and all that kind of stuff there.
Well, and I think one of the best science fiction movies of all time was Mouse on the Moon.
Okay.
That is hilarious.
Man on the Moon, the Annie Thompson story?
Mouse on the Moon.
Oh, okay.
Mouse on the Moon.
It's a sequel to the Duchy of Fenwick that attacked the United States. It's a Peter Sellers.
I'm getting all uppity with all these long words.
I'd say Peter Sellers. Okay. Yeah.
The Mouse on the Moon is hilarious. Very funny. Anyway, yeah.
Let me ask you guys though, if they were to okay, let's say they took this story and like you said, we obviously know Mars doesn't work. What if they just changed Mars to some other planet?
That'd be interesting.
Like think that it would still work that way, maybe?
Like Zylok.
Yeah. I mean, they would have to change the story.
Yeah.
I think the only reason why it's on this list because it was the biggest bomb.
Maybe.
Is it still the biggest bomb?
It lost
not anymore.
Flash. Yeah.
I think Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny is a bigger one.
Thank you.
Yeah. New Mutants is next on the list here. Do we feel like this deserves a second chance? I kind of wish Klobby was still here because he knows a little bit about the comic book. Because
I love the comic. I did collect this comic.
Oh, so you know it? Okay, I was gonna say because outside of it being associated with X-Men, I know very little about it. So go ahead, Paulie.
No, I mean it's the one that I did. It was such a cool side run and when it began, so many interesting characters. I didn't see the film, so I don't know about the film, but I would say definitely deserves a different take. Absolutely.
Yeah, the only thing I remember about this movie is that it had a whole bunch of production issues, and then it got delayed like a number of years. So I don't even remember if I ever saw this one either.
I personally like New Mutants more than X-Force, but that's just me.
I don't know.
So I would say yes.
I guess so. I'm guessing there's another one on the list, but we might.
I didn't see it, so if they rebooted it, okay.
Yeah, like I said, the only thing I remember about this movie is like it was in developmental hell for like a couple of years, and then I think they might have just dumped it out during COVID because there was just nothing else on that side.
Starring another Game of
Was it
Thrones
during
actor.
COVID, or was it just the? I think it was just one of the 3 or 4 ones they just ended up releasing from the Fox.
It was during COVID.
Was it?
Oh yeah.
I know it got delayed forever because they even released like the music video and shit like a year before the movie finally came out. But no, again, I mean, obviously the movie failed, and I wouldn't say. I think the other problem the movie had was they did the best they could to kind of separate it from X-Men, and they advertised it almost like a Nightmare on Elm Street kind of movie.
But it's not. I mean, the New Mutants are, you know, it's an extension, and those kids were just you know, if even a little bit more strange. I loved the New Mutants.
Silence.
Sorry, I just knocked a bunch of my shit over here.
Okay, I wondered if Tom was all right.
Okay, we got Captain Underpants. Yeah, this one failed. I did not see it. I know my kid kind of knew of it when it came out because it was a kid's book at the time when he was younger, but yeah, I did not see it. This is not my thing.
Greatest movie of all time.
I'm surprised you weren't the director, Paul.
I gave him my underpants.
I'm just gonna say this sounds like a Paul Chato skit that we fucking see on this channel.
Yep, it's certainly.
I'd rather see that. I'd rather see you redo this, dude. Instead of
Yeah.
You should do underwear as a merch thing. With a little
I'm-
logo on it.
I'm thinking of using my logo, but just turning it upside down. Well, it does look like balls and testicles already. So I mean, here it is right now. I think that works really well as underpants.
I think it does.
Design.
I'm never wearing your T-shirt again.
Oh, sorry. I just said there. I turned it off. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't need my touch.
Warcraft. Okay.
Yeah, this was though this was pretty good.
Yeah, all right.
Wasn't a bad
Elements were good with it.
I can see them rebooting this film.
Yeah, and it's too bad because I love Travis Fimmel, and he was in Kandahar this year. He has such great charisma. TV.
Wasn't this movie the one that David Bowie's kid directed or whatever?
Yes.
Yeah.
David
Miguel Ferrer
Bowie-
wants. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, go on. No, you go. You go first.
I said Mr. Canoe had the movie. When's it coming out? Miguel Ferrer wants to know.
Where is he? Oh
We'll
yeah,
have to make a trailer for you.
I'm working right now on the
greatest superhero of all time is coming out of retirement.
Scorsese has
Mr.
already asked.
Canoehead.
Scorsese has asked to direct it, so I'm like,
You're gonna let that hack direct it?
Yeah, I'm
Directed by somebody who saw all of Martin Scorsese's movies.
I've turned him down. I said, "What have you done? Like what really?
What have
seriously?
you done
lately?
for
Nothing.
me lately?
Nothing.
You're past your prime, dude.
Yeah.
Callsign Alucard says, in my opinion, what needs rated R movies? Witchblade, Darkness, and Angelus. There you go. All right. Well, let's keep moving here, I guess. Nobody has much to say about
Witchblade.
Warcraft.
I was just gonna say that David's
go
Bowie's
ahead.
son, he did the Source Code movie, which I actually really
Oh.
like that movie.
Yeah, Doug
Love
Jones.
Source Code.
Or not Doug Jones. What's his name?
Duncan Jones.
Duncan Jones.
Jones. Yes, thank you.
His real name is actually Zoe Bowie. I think that's what David
Yeah.
Bowie named him, and then he was
Okay.
offended, so he changed his name or something.
Well, and his dad's real last name was Jones.
Right.
So he did Source Code.
Yes.
Yeah.
He did Moon also.
Yep.
Good flick, man.
Moon was good.
What the hell's his name?
Rock.
Yeah, Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell.
Rockwell. Yeah.
I love Sam Rockwell. Dark Universe. Now, this is what I agree. If you do this right, the original MonsterVerse was the first original like shared universe, right? You had numerous Frankenstein sequels, numerous Dracula sequels, numerous werewolf films. Eventually, you had the Creature from the Black Lagoon come in, and then you had your House of movies where it was basically they would all meet up and fight and all that kind of stuff. And then eventually it got to the point where you had the Abbott and Costello thing, right? But even then, the monsters were still taken seriously. It was Abbott and Costello that were playing funny, but it kind of ran this like almost 20 year kind of thing back then. And I think if you do it right, it's something that could work in this day and age. But the sad part is we had 2 different Dracula movies that have failed this year. That's what I think is working against it. Is I think the audience doesn't really want it right now. But that's a time where you can kind of sit down and kind of think it through better.
No, I'm totally with you, Tom. It almost needs like that gun, to come in and kind of like give the whole world a whole new look and feel.
Start with Dracula or Frankenstein, exactly.
Right. Yeah. But probably one of the best Marvel things in the last couple of years was that werewolf one. Werewolf by Night.
That's what I heard. I still haven't watched it yet. I'll probably watch it for Halloween this year.
Yeah, it's really good. Okay. Yeah.
Renfield was watchable. It just wasn't as good as it should have been.
I actually loved it, but I mean, yeah, there's things I think you could have done with it that would have made it even better. But that, of course, is a parody more than anything, a satire. But of course, the last voyage of the Demeter came out this weekend and bombed horribly.
Yeah, did that bomb? Oh, I was
horribly.
Yeah, I was hoping that would.
You were hoping it would bomb?
No, I was hoping that it would do better than that because it looked good. That kind of stuff. But
well, here's one I don't think anybody would argue about. Dredd definitely deserves another shot, especially with.
Yeah.
But I gotta be honest, this is one of those
Carl
movies
Urban.
that for years we all wanted them to make another Dredd movie, but now seeing who's making movies in Hollywood, it's like, you know what, just don't do another Dredd movie at this point.
Well, the problem is, from what I understand from Andre, is that the people who run the Dredd franchise are horribly stupid in a lot of ways.
This was a good movie.
Yeah, this is a great
very good
movie. And I think it's the only reason it's a good movie is because they didn't spend any money and they kind of ripped off The Raid and they kind of, knew that they had to tell this really concentrated story for real
Urban
cheap.
was great.
But sadly, the movie, this is one of the few movies in history where you can actually say that that pirating hurt the movie and hurt the movie's chances of ever going anywhere.
Really?
Because we've heard directly from people that, that the movie did well. It was popular as far as like how people felt about it, but it did so well that everybody downloaded instead of actually going to see it in the theaters. So that made it difficult for them to get any kind of financiers. They knew it was popular. I mean, Carl Urban was more than willing to come back. I mean, he was championing for a sequel of sorts or to be a part of the series that they were going to do for a while. But it also, like I said, it also sounds like the guys who own the rights to this are very stupid because they were going to do a whole nother series that wasn't even Dredd related, but it was set in the same world. It was some other thing. And like, they just keep dragging Carl Urban along, and it's gotten to the point where it'll probably never happen, at least not in this incarnation.
Like I said, it's probably for the best at this point.
Yeah. And Paulie's got to leave us. So Paulie, anything to plug on your way out?
Yeah, I just started the Rachel Ziegler Fan Appreciation Club with the Latino slant. Everyone make sure to come and subscribe.
A lot of hate on her.
Or unsubscribe. I'm live tomorrow after Midnight's Edge. We're gonna have a great interview I got with Gil from the real he's called American Cholo, and he's in a new documentary that I saw this past week, and it absolutely blew me away. Got a great interview with that tomorrow. I'll be live, so right after Midnight's Edge. So stop on by.
Sounds good.
And it's I wish I could hang out longer and have. I love these fun stuff. This is good.
Good to see you, Polly.
Okay. Bye.
No, I just
Bye.
I don't know. It's good to see you. I haven't
See you later.
been on stream with you in a long
See
time.
you later, man.
I love you guys.
Take care of yourself,
Bye,
Polly.
Polly.
Bye.
Hasta la
Bye, Gio.
vista.
Send some love to the puppies and to Romy.
Yeah, we got 5 of them, so we're gonna.
I heard.
Go. Take care, guys. Thank
Bye.
you.
Tickets to that
Bye.
Snow White premiere.
Bye.
Give me those tickets.
Miguel Farah says, Chado, 2 weeks ago I got yelled at for having only 2 Mr. Canoe Head figures. Seems I'll have to fix this omission.
There aren't any left.
I was gonna say, are there any left?
Nope. There's no more Mr. Canoe Head
They're all
figures.
gone, and I've got one.
Yep. They're all gone. Collector's items.
They are. You didn't sign it though, like I asked you to.
Did you? Oh.
That's all right. You can send me an autographed picture of your underwear pic.
There you go. Done.
Then we got Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Now, wasn't this already
A remake of a remake.
a remake of a remake? Yeah.
Yeah. They tried. I mean, there's just so much edgy stuff with this. This was a anime, I think, before.
I
It was
think
a
so,
book.
yeah, or
Yeah.
books or whatever.
Books.
Yeah.
And then-
Series of
yeah.
books.
Series of books. That's it.
The Swedish.
And,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, go right ahead.
I was saying that the Swedish version for me is like the version. Anything that they did afterwards, with all due respect to David Fincher and Daniel Craig and whatever, and then they tried to reboot the US one and they brought Claire Foy from The Crown or whatever it was. None of those worked for me. I think that the Swedish one, that's the one like that I believe, and anything that like with English speaking Americans or British, I don't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and it is kind of like an interesting premise because my understanding, isn't it kind of like a Death Wish kind of story where it's kind of bent in this way that she kills people by pretending to be like a prostitute or something like that? I can't remember.
I remember that there was
It's
this
the whole
one
hook
guy.
of it, yeah.
She had a parole officer or psychiatrist, and he would do, I don't want to say it on YouTube, but he would do bad
abuse her.
things.
Yeah.
And then she kills him, I think.
Yeah, the guys she kills are bad guys. I was trying to think of how to say it too. Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, and they revisit that in the American one, but really, the girl with the dragon tattoo. Has anybody except for me seen the Swedish ones, the one with the Swedish language?
No, but
I've
more
not
aware.
not seen any of them, but we did have drag queen reading time at the library for this.
Wow. I'm going to get you. I mean, wow. I'd go to that.
I feel like the Swedish one, it's not trying to be Hollywood, it's less pretentious, and there's something that feels a lot more gritty about it because they don't have that kind of budget and they're almost not really making that kind of effort. So for some reason, when I saw the Swedish one where they're speaking the language and all that, I feel so much better about that one. Anything that I've seen that's not the Swedish just doesn't feel on the same level.
Yeah,
I've seen all 3 Swedish.
I vaguely remember when it came out, like it was a big deal. I never got a chance to see it myself.
Is it gross?
No.
There's some very hard subjects in it. Like I have a very difficult time.
Okay, it's a
watching
missing
films that has sexual abuse of women.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and
Okay.
there's some of that in.
All right, let's keep moving. We've got Nice Guys. I didn't know this was meant to be a franchise, but evidently there was supposed to be a second film.
Did not know that.
To me, I mean, I guess.
I mean, I like the movie like a lot, but I don't see an avenue for a second movie.
Maybe a series, like maybe a Netflix series would work.
Yeah, it was a funny
Seemed like a good standalone movie. It was all right. I didn't think that there would need to be more of it.
Yeah, I thought it was fine, but all right. Well, here's one that keeps coming up from time to time: World War Z.
I couldn't finish it.
I didn't hate the movie, but I know it's so different from the novel. But I remember the novel being one of those books that everybody was reading when it first came out.
Oh, look, another zombie movie.
Yeah, that was my problem with it too. Yeah.
Oh, look, the zombies are move faster now, so you can't just outrun them. Okay.
I think at this point the
They're
zombies have kind of
zombies.
Yeah, zombies. I think the zombies have kind of played themselves out at this point. I don't know.
Aren't they making another 28 Days Later film? Isn't
Oh,
that
God,
in
no.
development
Please
right
no.
now?
28 years later.
Yeah, I think so.
Every
Yeah, I think you're
28.
right. Adventures of Tintin. Here you go, Paul. Here's one.
Yeah. Well, they completely screwed this up. This is. I actually have a video that I did on this. I'm rewriting it. I'm gonna maybe bring it out on just like never let Spielberg do another
Well,
film.
tell us what you would do if you had a chance to.
Well, the
revisit it.
problem with this was, and I completely understand it. You can't do all the Tintins because there's some real good cracking racist adventures in there. The Indian ones, the ones with the American Indians, the First Nations one, that would be difficult. The one in Africa where people are in blackface. I mean, it really is of its time. But what they did do wrong was they mushed together way too many books because they did not trust their ability to just take one or maybe two books and calm down and just make a good, interesting detective series. And I blame Spielberg for this. He turned Tintin into Indiana Jones. And if you've read all the books, he's not Indiana Jones. He's a reporter. And he solves crime, and there's a little solves adventures, and there's a little bit of Indiana Jonesy kind of stuff that happens, but that's not core to him, and that's what was wrong with the movie. Apart from the opening scene at in the Paris court in the where they were buying and selling stuff Paris market, which had some brilliant moments. The rest of the movie was just a mess, and too much pyrotechnics. Just calm it the fuck down, guys. Take it easy. Just do the story.
The whole plan was like they were supposed to go back and forth too. Like Steven was going to do one, then Peter Jackson was supposed to do.
Well,
one.
they both did this, and they got the two detectives, the Thompson twins. They got them wrong. There was a lot of beautiful 3D in it. I thought they did a good job of Tintin. But this was a huge disappointment to me. I think it made like over $400 million. So it's kind of teetered on the edge of being, successful and moving forward. But I think they blew it.
It did 374. So yeah, I think also it had a very huge budget from my memory.
It wasn't too bad. It wasn't like $800,000.
No, but they did it with that technology that
so this kind of animation very expensive.
Yeah,
at that time it was still not cheap yet, or
Yeah,
it's not
I
still
guess.
cheap yet. But
there were some beautiful parts to it. The opening
it did it for
sequence was fantastic.
135, but that was like 10 years ago too.
Yeah.
So,
anyways, they blew the spirit of the books entirely. But that's just me.
So how would you present it though? Would you do it as a live action thing? Would you think it works better as animation?
Well, they've already got in Europe, there's whole animated Tintin.
Oh yeah, I know, but I'm talking about for like new mass consumption, kind of like, because that's what they were trying to do here is restart the franchise in this new big movie blockbuster kind of way.
I don't know. My concern is that it might have too much of the feeling of the movie we were talking about, the guy who went to Mars.
John Carter.
It has that
too much out of time.
Yeah, it has that John Carter taint.
John Carpenter of Mars. That's a movie I want to see.
Yeah, I would have seen the John Carpenter version of Carter in Space.
John Carter.
That I would have seen.
Well, that's kind of what Ghosts of Mars was, wasn't it? No, I hope not.
Yeah, so we've seen all the tropes.
Oh, that's the last one. Oh, there you go.
We've seen all the tropes from this movie, and I don't know. I don't think we need to see it again.
Right.
Well, that's the last one on the list. So we got through the list. It was only 10 movies, so that's why we kind of threw in the other
movie franchise.
Yeah.
Thank God. Yep. I have to get going anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Paul, why don't you plug your stuff, because Culture will be going live here shortly. Anyhow,
I got a video coming out sometime tomorrow, hopefully before the Midnight's Edge show, on just how Hollywood is committing suicide. It's I realized that being a Canadian and living next to the elephant that is the United States, back in the heyday, when you watched Carson and you saw all these heavyweights on Carson, whether it was Dean Martin or Frank Sinatra or George Dangerfield, all these, there was just
Don
no
Rickles.
way.
Oh.
Yeah, Don Rickles. There was just no way for us to compete up in Canada against the brightness that was Hollywood. Like, it was just such a burning star. Yeah, it was an old boys club, and I talk about that in the video. But there was nothing we could do. But now I've realized that Hollywood now can't even compete with the Hollywood then. And it just dawned on me that it's just so wretchedly boring, unfun. No one's on Carson with drinking alcohol and smoking, actually, and I'm being metaphorical there. And it's Hollywood can't even compete with its past anymore. That's the realization I made. And that's what my video is about. And hopefully we'll be debuting that tomorrow.
All right. Tox, are you going to be heading over to Cultures?
Yeah, I'll probably head over there. I do want to plug, Paul's been putting out some really great videos lately.
Oh, you're
I'm a big fan of the Murderers in the Building series. But I'm a big fan of the banjo that Steve Martin does and all that stuff and things in there. And the wife and I watched the first two, and I have to agree with what you said. It's lost the plot. It really has. It just I hate seeing that because I really enjoyed the first season.
That's exactly how I
and
felt.
it just it's trope. I'm going to give it a couple of more shows and see if they pull their head out. But but I just want to say Paul's videos have been great. I've been watching those, and I want
Thank
to
you,
say that.
You're very sweet.
No, and they're just really good.
I
I've
like
been
your
trying to do
videos
different
too.
things.
You do the failed audition where it failed my own audition was funny. But when you did the one of the dad country singer coming back to his son a long time ago, and he goes, "Well, son, your mother was a hooer," and I just rolled and rewound that multiple times to watch you say that. I was dying for an hour.
Yeah, don't you call the woman that sprung you from her vajayjay, a hooer.
You were saying something, Bryce?
Yeah.
Sorry.
I was saying that I watch your videos too, and they're cool.
Wow, it's the Paul Chatto Love Fest. I think I'll stay.
Yeah.
You're the only Canadian that I like. Well, maybe Ryan. Okay, Leonard Nimoy, and then William Shatner. Okay,
William
all
Shatner.
right.
Leonard Nimoy was never Canadian.
No, he was. He is associated to a ton of.
True.
He also did that wonderful Bilbo Baggins song.
Actually, I thought he was. I thought Spock was. According to the Hanukkah song, he is.
No, he's not Canadian, but he is Jewish.
He's Jewish.
Oh, he's Jewish. That's right. Duh. What was I thinking? You were talking Canadian. My bad. Where was I going with that? I have no idea.
Jews, same thing.
Price, what do you got going on? Plug your stuff.
Just the usual. Just honestly, I'm trying to think. Like I've had a lot of really good video ideas to do recently, but I don't know. The past few days, I've been trying to think of what to do that's like a cool video, and I almost can't think of anything. I got like writer's block for videos, I guess.
Well, just start writing, and you'll write your way out of it.
Mm-hmm. Keep plugging away.
Yeah. I'll think of something.
Yeah. Yep. You will.
Indeed. All right, kids.
Did you get Jason?
No, Jacob as well. Jacob.
Sorry.
Yeah, so I got a few streams coming up this week. Tomorrow on our Bible Lens podcast, we're doing a deep dive into Islam, and I think there's going to be a lot of things that are going to blow some people's minds that they probably haven't put two and two together yet. So that should be pretty fun.
I love Islam. That's Eric's greatest comic. I really love it.
Yeah. That grade was great. Outside of that, we have on Tuesday nights episode 61, the Barroom podcast. I think we're going to be talking about the James Gunn Gal Gadot situation, Barstool being bought for $1, and a couple other stories that came up this week that be pretty interesting. And then Friday night, I believe we're reviewing Blue Beetle on Friday night, so that should be a good one too. So that's all I got coming up at the moment.
I think I might go see Blue Beetle.
Hello,
someone has to.
Yeah.
It might be all right.
It might be better than was it Black
Panther 2?
No, not Black Panther. The
Black Adam.
Oh,
Black
yeah.
Adam.
Black Adam. Oh, okay.
Well, it certainly won't make as much money as that movie.
Oh no,
probably not.
Yeah, it's looking like it's going to have a horrible opening weekend.
I may watch it and do a video about it. Why not?
There you go. All right. Well, I'm going to go head over to Cultures and give him a hard time. So hopefully you guys join us over there. I shared the link in the chat, but this stream will send you over there as well. And I want to thank all the people on the panel, including Klobby and Paulie, who left us already. Yeah. And with that, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you on the next program.
As a reminder, I've been here when it was glory hole days, and I've been here when it wasn't. And so having said that, I want me some glory hole.